May 21st, 2020. Good morning from Europe. Good afternoon, good evening, guys, wherever you are. A London session is open. Piotr here, this is Light Forex Global YouTube channel, and we are going to make FX market update post European PMIs. And the numbers was not that great, to be honest with you. But we are going to check details right here, right now. Okay, so first thing first, let's start with the flash manufacturing PMI out of the UK, 40.6 versus 35.1 expectations, so higher than what market expectations were. Flash services PMI also better, 27.8 versus 24.1, and lately we've seen a little bit of the recovery, but let's start from the beginning of the day, right? So we've seen some kind of the that's what we discussed yesterday, failure around the bottom of that consolidation, right? Failure. So market went aggressively down during the Tokyo hours, right? Now because of the numbers, there is quite good opportunity for the manipulators to try to push the pound a little bit higher. I took profit partially from my shorts. I'm looking to resell the cable, but how I'm going to approach that? All right, so what I'm gonna do, I'm going to watch very carefully daily open, today's daily open, as well as today's high. If I'm going to see some kind of the rejection attempt to, aggressive attempt from the sellers, I might join around that level, right? So let's make that a little bit different. Let's make that as a daily zone. All right, this one we are going to move like that. Okay. And there is one more level I'm going to look to sell British pound. Now, if you remember, we were discussing this. I'm going to make the measure between yesterday high and the high day before, right? Then what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna move that into and they make the measure only from yesterday high. So today's high might be even towards 2275, 2280. Okay, so that's how I see the things when it comes to the pound. So switch lower. I'm still negative. Let's switch lower. Basically taking into the consideration where we were, right, with the pound. Okay, over here, so it was very close to 120, 119.65, and I think we are going to retest at this level. Also, taking into the consideration this failure at the bottom of the channel, you see the channel right here, the orange line right here. So basically, because of the failure at the bottom, we've seen a little bit of the rally, right? That's what we discussed quite a few times. And now looks like we might have the failure at the top, right, of the channel. There you go. All right. So we will see how it's going to play out. If it's going to work out around the daily open or based on another measure a little bit higher. Would be good to see a quick comeback into that channel when it comes to the pound. Also, I'm negative when it comes to the euro pound. All right, but if you remember, there is a big but, and been discussed as well. What's going on? We are testing, all right, previous supply, as you can see. So we have a little bit of the rejection. I told you, either buying the pullback 88.65.70 or 87.80, 87.70, right? Or wait for what? Wait for the break, right? So wait for the break. some kind of the consolidation pullback into that level, all right, and then continuation higher towards 92, 93, 94. So let's have a look what we have from the intraday perspective, because European PMIs, French and German, was trying to compare to UK, were a little bit worse than what we get from UK. So market ahead of the UK PMI hit that supply, and looks like we have some kind of the profit taking going on. Now, from the intraday perspective, if you remember, we were discussing this consolidation, right? So this consolidation is the measure of that consolidation, that's around 55 pips, right? So we are talking about the levels close to 89, 55, 89, 50. So half of that consolidation, that might be over here after the break, right? We might try to retest these levels, especially that if you are going to see there are two nice waves. So here, for sure, around the daily open, we have some stops. They're gonna be taken out most probably. That might reopen the way towards this low, intraday low, right, from yesterday. And if we are going to hold that, we should see the rally and retest of that green line, which is around, let me check, yeah, around 89.95, so something around 90 could be in place. So I'm looking for a price action around 89.30, 89.25 to try to jump in and see what's going to happen, right? And finally, we are going to talk about the euro dollar a bit, but before that, let me tell you, the French flash services PMI 29.4, expectations 27.9, French flash manufacturing PMI 40.3, 36 expectations, so slightly better when it comes to the French, but well, weak like hell, right? The German, here was the disappointment when it comes to the manufacturing, 36.8, expectations 39.3, but I do believe in that number, not necessarily I do believe in other numbers, and German flash services, and I do believe in that one as well, 31.4, expectation 26.3, the previous one was 16, right? So that's the thing. When it comes to the euro dollar, another rejection, right? And well, we are still fighting around 110. We are still fighting around the levels we discussed, psychological levels. So that's what I mentioned. That's what I said, right? As long as we are staying below, still we can treat it as a consolidation phase and rather continuation to the downside then, right? So is it possible that we are going to create, there are going to be attempt to create the swing high based on what we've seen 2 days ago and price action today, right? Or from the intraday perspective, we might even try to hit a little bit more stops within that consolidation, trying to create something we already had, something similar. Remember this 1, 2, 3 attack and rejection, right? That could be something similar today, all right? Like this, trying to target these stops. So levels a little bit above 110, towards 110.15, 110.20, that might be worth to watch. Why? Because we have US data later today, right? And I'm going to make the update as well. What we are going to have, of course, we have Philadelphia Fed, right? We have unemployment claims, weekly unemployment claims, as well as flash manufacturing and PMI services. So plenty of things, and then we have few Fed speakers, and 1.5 hours before the end of the market, Powell speaks. So pretty interesting day ahead. So we will see, guys. Taking into the consideration euro, dollar, and pound. The pound, I'm the most negative, at least for now. So looking to sell cable, looking to sell euro pound. When it comes to the euro dollar, because of where we are under 110, psychological level. I'm looking for some kind of the upside price action with the rejection. That would be my short setup then. Guys, that was my pleasure to make the update for you. Short update when it comes to my hairstyle. Finally, yes, I'm going to have a barber visit tomorrow, so next week is gonna be, we are going to get back to my normal hairstyle, right? Guys, it was my pleasure. All the best and see you around. Don't forget, don't be trapped. Take care, goodbye.